Good evening. We're going to start. Welcome to the August Board of Education meeting. Ms. Good, can you please read the statement of compliance?
Yes. This meeting is being held in conformity to the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6. Proper public notice of the meeting was published in the local papers on January 7, 2023, which is the annual notice. If any board member or member of the public in attendance believes that the meeting is in violation of the Open Public Meetings Act, the Hoboken Board of Education requests that they make a statement at this time. The board wishes to make those in attendance aware that this meeting is being recorded on video and will be broadcast by the board at a later date on CATV channel 77, Files channel 46. The full meeting recording will also be made available on board docs, which can be accessed through the district homepage. The Hoboken Board of Education is committed to preserving the decorum of the public process and is mindful that we live in an electronic age of computers, cell phones, and other electronic communication devices. Nevertheless, we respectfully request that all meeting participants kindly silence their electronic devices during the course of the meeting. And if use of device is necessary, we ask that you please leave the meeting room if you need to conduct personal business.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take the roll call, please.
Ms. Cavatori, Mr. Delatour,
Here.
Mr. Grana,
Here.
Ms. Kana, Mr. Cluffel,
Here.
Ms. McGurk,
Here.
Ms. Norwood,
Here.
Mr. Kirian,
Here.
Ms. Angley.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, next I will turn the meeting over to Dr. Johnson for her superintendent's report. Good evening. The August Board of Education meeting always provides us with the opportunity to inform the school community with an overview of work that we have done over the summer and what lies ahead for September. Over the summer months, our Human Resources Department has worked diligently to draft a team of new and replacement staff members. In early August, we held a social event so that the new cohort could get to know one another, meet the administrative team, and talk with HEA union leaders. At this time, we are in the process of filling our last 2 positions and are ready for the opening of school. Our principals have communicated with families. Homeroom placement letters for the elementary schools have gone out. The high school held their orientation today for a freshman class of 187 students. And our middle school will be holding their social and backpack swap on Thursday. Both of our pre-K providers will be hosting meet and greets from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. at each of their locations on September 5th. And each of our elementary schools will host their kindergarten meet and greets from 2 o'clock on September 6th. On that same day, the district is going to host its annual ice cream social from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock at the Lewis and Tagliari Junior Stadium. This year, the ice cream social will be hosted in partnership with the Museum of Ice Cream out of New York City and also Friendly's. Prepackaged sundaes will be handed out this year to ease wait time, and the museum plans to bring in 30-foot sprinkle pool. On the night of September 7th, the theater department is going to be doing a reveal of this year's district musical. I know that a lot of people are on the edges of their seats, and certain that it's going to be a great production, so you'll hear more about it after September 7th. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Rodriguez-Gomez to just provide a little bit of an overview of the work that the curriculum office has done over the summer, and then I'll jump back in.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. As Dr. Johnson has just shared, I will be sharing updates on the curriculum work completed this summer in partnership with our content area supervisors. In the highlights for ELA, we have updated our core novel guidance document in kindergarten through grade 8. This document will provide teachers with a one-stop shop for all resources while engaging in English language arts studies. This includes pacing guides, curriculum guides, linked to all novels that are applicable, genres, lexile levels, and night bright guidance. We have also updated the core novel guides in K-8 The document digs deep into the content to be covered via the core novel study. It includes New Jersey student learning standards for reading informational text and reading foundational skills, essential questions, and other important elements. In our constant drive towards powerful instruction, we have defined our practice in the early grades to reflect phonics instruction as an anchor in grades K through 2. We are confident that this will ensure that our students are reading on grade level by the end of the academic year. We have organized the planning and preparation document fashioned after our work in this summer's Jumpstart to Literacy program. This document will inform both the ILP experience as well as the Reading Academy and Passports to Learning. The universal elements that you will find in all three documents are explicit time allotments, detailed components of the block, and links to the resources needed to facilitate each. We have adjusted the administration of the Developmental Reading Assessment 3, the DRA 3, to align directly with our marking periods. This adjustment will allow teachers more time to engage in progress monitoring with the purpose of ensuring that students gain and attain end-of-year benchmarks. We have updated the pacing guides, created classroom environmental guidance, and provided curricular resource to support our 5 dual language classrooms. We are super excited for the language acquisition that awaits. In Hoboken Middle School, we have updated the English Language Arts program to include the scope and sequence of the newly adopted Study Sync program. Instruction will continue to be focused on strong skills and standard-based instruction that will provide the foundation for success in high school and beyond. In the area of social studies, as the National Council for Social Studies shares, the goal of a strong social studies curriculum is to help our students develop the ability to make informed and reasoned decisions that impact the public good as citizens of a culturally diverse, democratic society in an independent world. For this reason, we have infused the work of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion directly into our curriculum documents. We moved from inclusion to infusion. While the content developed in our curriculum is robust, we have incorporated culturally responsive pedagogy anchored in the Learning for Justice social standards. There are 3 main areas that have been added to our social studies curriculum, and these are grade band culturally responsive pedagogy statements, culturally responsive pedagogy indicators, and age-appropriate social studies standards. Lastly, for social studies, we have added a new social studies 5-credit course in Hoboken High School titled Studies in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This course will be offered to students in grade 10 and will cover African American culture in America, Latinx studies, Asian American history and culture, and Holocaust and genocide studies. In mathematics, we have added an intensive topics in math course at Hoboken High School. This course will ensure that students who might have experienced challenges on a topic or standard receive the opportunity to revisit the concepts towards mastery. This class will ensure that students have the preliminary skill set to be successful in Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2, among others. In the area of science, we have added intentional and rigorous 5-day labs to the K-5 space. These labs will allow students to engage in the scientific process. It will allow them to grow inquiry and to connect with peers via discoveries. The labs will be initially crafted by administrators, but the K-5 science team will work in collaboration to create all the labs which will follow. These labs will be graded on a rubric and will become a progressive data point throughout the year in the area of science. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez-Gomez. In regard to academics and achievement, I would like to congratulate the following students on their national recognition from the College Board. Alexa Bracero, National Hispanic Recognition Award. Jeremy Dilgalar, National Hispanic Recognition Award. And Simon Salaverty, National African American Recognition Award. I would also like to congratulate our 7 scholars that earned the National Capstone Diploma from the College Board. Mabel Lischke Valencia, Julia Fritz, Feline Dirks, Kendall McDonough, Brandon Michaels, Mara Riva, and Danny Weintraub. I'd also like to congratulate our 13 AP scholars from the College Board as well. Miles Angley, Ian Kresge, Paz Delatour, Jeremy Dilgalar, Haley Dodson, Genevieve Fink, Juliet Tyson, Harrison Corbin, Jacob Kriegel, Jacob Linder, Zoe Magaletta, Cody Pfeiffer, and Abigail Scott. In addition to those scholars, I'd also like to congratulate our 9 AP scholars with distinction from the College Board, and those are Naomi Cook, Julia Fritz, Kai Holstrom, Kendall McDonough, Mary Claire McGreevy, Brandon Michaels, Trudy Rapport, Mara Reba, and Danny Weintraub. And I'd like to congratulate 8 AP scholars with honors, and those are Amalia Battle, Aiden Betancourt, Mabel Glishke, Villa Valencia, Colleen Dirks, Sage Gertman, Saba Tommen, and Madison and Morgan Malia Peters. And finally, I'd like to congratulate these 4 students that earned AP Seminar and Research Certificates, which is a very competitive and highly rigorous program to complete. And those students are Naomi Cook, Sage Gertman, Juliet Hyson, and Mary Claire McGreevy. And I want to say a few days back, we were notified by the parents of Morgan and Madison Walia Peters that they were selected to New Jersey's 2023-24 class of Governor's STEM Scholars in New Jersey. So congratulations to all of those students. In September and October, we'll break the list up and we'll invite them to be recognized formally at our September or October board event meetings. Over the past 2 months, my office staff has been working very closely with law enforcement and our principals on the development of school safety plans that have a very specific language that is conducive to kindergarten through 5th grade students. And in addition to that, we will be rolling those plans out on the first day and the second day that we're back to school with our teachers for professional development. I'm also going to be meeting with the police chief and the public safety director on Monday to discuss crossing guards throughout the city, especially those that are in the vicinity of our school buildings. My office throughout the summer has also been in communication with families that have either moved from the district or are moving into the district. And as Ms. Rojas will easily tell you, the phone calls have not stopped. They seem to be coming in every day. I think today we enrolled 3 4th grade students and a few others as well. Our student information system was last updated on August 17th, reflecting what we call both outs and ins. So those students that have already transferred out and those students that have recently transferred in. I'm happy to report that on June 22nd, 2023, our pre-K 12 enrollment was 3,170 students. At this time, after we've calculated all of the ins and outs, our pre-K through 12 enrollment for 2023-24 is 3,601 students. This reflects an increase of 139 pre-K students, an increase of 174 kindergarten through 5th grade students, 90 of which are in kindergarten alone. There are an additional 26 students in the middle school, an addition of 87 students at the high school. This year's 9th grade class is currently at 187 students, more than we've had in the past 10 years. And of the incoming freshman class of 187 students, I'm proud to report that 18 are Hoboken residents coming from Elysian Charter School, 9 are Hoboken residents coming from Hoboken Charter School, and 10 are Hoboken residents coming from Ola Dual Language Charter School. In addition, we have 1 school choice student coming from Elysian Charter School, 1 school choice student coming from Ola, and 2 school choice students coming from Hoboken Charter from 9th grade alone. Finally, I would like to announce that all of our high school fall sports schedules have been published and shared on social media. Our 5 dual language kindergarten classrooms in the district are fully staffed and ready to launch. Our innovative science and technology lab and our aviation lab, along with our new dance studio at Hoboken High School, are finished, prepped, and ready to go. They're just awaiting the arrival of furniture and mirrors to be installed in the dance studio. And finally, our back-to-school nights are as follows. Grant Elementary School will be on September 19th. The Connors Elementary School back-to-school night will be on September 20th. Wallace will be on September 21st. Hoboken Middle School on September 27th. And Hoboken High School on September 28th. And that is all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Lots of great information, Dr. Johnson. Okay, so next we'll go into committee reports, and we will start with curriculum. Ms. Miller.
Thank you so much, and I have to thank Dr. Johnson and Sandra because my report will be a lot shorter because they've covered so much of what we discussed. The curriculum committee met at 7:30 p.m. on Thursday, August 17th. In attendance were Ms. Cadamatori, Mr. Bryan, Ms. Norwood, myself, Superintendent Dr. Johnson. There are 6 items on the agenda for board approval, and we recommend all for approval. Section 9.01 is student interns. 9.02 is the professional development plan for the upcoming school year. Item 9.03 is the district nursing plan. 9.04 is the district mentor plan. 9.05 is the approval of assembly. And 9.06 is approval of field trips that are planned already for the coming school year. So you see a lot of band-related field trips and field trips for the theater department. Stuff has been planned out fairly far in advance. And I think I can speak on behalf of the committee that we were very impressed with the discussion of all of the curriculum work that took place over the course of the summer and with all of the honors that Hoboken Public School District students are receiving. I don't think it passes any of us that these lists get longer and longer each year, and we're seeing such great progress. But over the summer, so much of the hard work goes into making sure that our programs continue to evolve to meet the needs of our learners, and that our programs can compete with any other high-performing school district in the state of New Jersey. One point that was not brought up during Dr. Johnson or Ms. Rodriguez-Gomez's comments was the programs that took place over the summer. So there were 396 K-8 students who took part in the district LEAP program over the summer, and there were also a good chunk of students from the high school and middle school who took part in credit recovery. And it's also a Jumpstart Literacy program that's getting started for the younger students. So that's my report for this evening. Thank you, and welcome back to the school year.
Thank you. Next we'll go to facilities, Mr. Hill.
The Facilities Committee met on Thursday, August 17th. With me were Ms. Henry, Ms. Khanna, Ms. Norwood, Dr. Johnson, and Mr. Callaghan. The committee recommends the facilities request item 13.01 for approval. Mr. Callaghan did provide the committee with facility updates, bathroom renovations at Wallace, as well as the new dance studio here at the high school that will be completed in time for the new school year. A loud buzzing ballast in one of the stadium lights will soon be replaced. And the rubber surface at the Wallace playground is in need of some repair. Once the material is delivered, our custodial staff will make those necessary repairs. In addition, Mr. Callaghan provided the committee with some background on the district's long-range facilities plan, which is a detailed maintenance spreadsheet that all districts are required to submit every 5 years. The state uses these plans to monitor, to make sure that schools remain adequate to student enrollment. The district's LRFP, Long Range Facilities Plan, was last updated in 2021, remember? The committee talked about the difference between the long-range facilities plans versus the capital maintenance projects that we budget for each year versus the unanticipated repairs and projects that come up in any given year. The committee discussed options for communicating facilities projects in the future. Dr. Johnson is developing a section on our website that will elaborate on our facilities, their maintenance, and ongoing plans. Fair statement? Yeah, good. I've got 2 more committee reports. Should I just continue?
go for it.
Okay.
Finance and wellness.
That's exactly what I have. The Finance Committee also met on Thursday, August 17th, with me were Ms. Angley, Ms. Norwood, Ms. McGurk, Dr. Johnson, Ms. Good, and Ms. Lopez. The committee recommends all agenda items for approval, all finance agenda items for approval. So a couple of things that you want to point out. 11.09 renews the contract with the legal firm representing the board in labor negotiations. The HEA and administrative contracts have been successfully resolved, and negotiations with the Hoboken School Employees Association are expected to begin this fall. Also 11.11 is approval of maintenance reserve transfers. One transfer is for the elevator at Calabro, and the other is for ongoing scaffolding as Demers as that situation tries to resolve itself. Finally, I'd like to acknowledge and thank Crunch Fitness for their donation of 22 Bosu balls and 2 storage racks for them to the Hoboken Middle School. You know what a Bosu ball is? Oh, good, okay, because I was about to explain. Because I had to look it up. And the Wellness Committee also met on Thursday, August 17th, attending were Ms. Angley, Mr. Grania, Mr. Fury, and Dr. Johnson and myself. We discussed 3 things. One was the fact that the Hoboken Public Safety Department is in need of applicants for crossing guard positions, and Dr. Johnson touched on that briefly in her report. I'm not going to say more about that. The district's Wellness Committee, which is separate from the board's Wellness Committee, is relaunching this fall after being dormant as a result of COVID. This district-wide staff initiative focuses on health issues, sustainability, energy saving initiatives, and waste reduction efforts in all of our schools. And one focus this year will be compliance with the city's new rodent control ordinance. And finally, a new program is being implemented this year. It is called Fortitude, and brings together 2 of our existing programs, the K-8 Effective School Solution Program, ESS program, and the 9-12 School-Based Youth Services Program into one cohesive, coordinated K-12 program. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, governance, Mr. Kirian.
Hi, good evening. The Governance Committee met on Thursday, October 18th. In attendance were Dr. Johnson, Ms. Cavatori, Ms. McGurk, Ms. Khanna, and myself. The committee discussed all agenda items and we recommend all for approval. As we get ready for the new school year, you'll see a number of agenda items for appointments, resignations, transfers, teachers, and other personnel. In tonight's agenda, this includes paraprofessionals, custodial staff, teachers, substitutes, as well as staff or activities including fast approach learning and athletic coaches for the coming year. As usual, there are agenda items for the approval of a variety of workshops for district staff. And just to point out with 10.21, the approval of volunteers for the district's theater and musical department for 2023-2024 school year. You'll see a long list of volunteers, primarily parents and guardians. And so thank you so much to those who choose to volunteer to support our tremendous music and theater programs. Without you, it would be impossible to do what we do. And that's my agenda for tonight.
Thank you. I'd first like to thank Ms. Pick, who's sitting here in the audience, and her staff for a great high school orientation. It was informative and well attended. And as Dr. Johnson noted, we have 187 incoming freshmen who were in attendance and seemed very excited for the new school year. So thank you. And with that being said, it's hard to believe that summer is coming to an end, but we look forward to welcoming our students, our teachers, and our staff back in a few weeks. Next, we will move on to public comments on agenda items. I'll get started with my speech before it's time to actually speak. Just a reminder before we open for public comments, over the years and most recently, the board has been asked why it does not prohibit or stop comments about school district employees from individuals who speak during the public comment portion of the meeting. The short answer is that the law prevents the board from censoring comments made about district personnel. The board does not condone nor is the board a party to comments as such. However, just because a speaker may have the right to say what he or she feels, it does not absolve the speaker from liability for any defamatory comments that an employee may bring against the speaker. Should speakers say something that subjects them to a civil suit, the responsibility falls squarely on the speaker and not on the board. I also want to remind speakers of board policy. Please state your name, municipality of residence, and business affiliation, if any. Speakers are allowed 5 minutes, and I will quietly motion with 30 seconds left. Please address all comments to the chair.
This is 1219. Could, in your statement, you just stated that, I'm talk really fast. An employee, we have to refrain from speaking about an employee. Could you just read that first line?
No, I didn't say that.
All right, could you just read the first line, just to clarify it, instead of telling me to say it?
Sure. I said, just to remind, let's see, we'll skip to the law prevents the board from censoring comments made about district personnel. The board does not condone, nor is the board a party to comments as such. However, just because a speaker may have the right to say what he or she feels, it does not absolve the speaker from liability for any defamatory comments.
An employee or not, I want you to know in that statement when you said an employee, I want to place on the record I am an employee. I will have to take my chances with respect to a liability and a lawsuit. But think about that money that could go in our kids' future instead of playing back and forth these little games. I want this placed on the record tonight. I'm an employee. My daughter was a former employee. I have been harassed. I have been retaliated against. Okay? So I want it placed on the record because I have tried to work with this administration, which these 7 board members are solely responsible. You hire our administration. They work under the hands of your sweat, blood, and tears. Okay? So if integrity is going to be an issue, I'm going to ask again. Okay? And this is the answer to your letter, Ms. Administrator Good. I received your letter, and I want this placed on the record. And when we finish, excuse me, Mr. Davis, counsel, I found the email, okay, that I wanted you to see. I was told by you and your administration that the NJEA is overseeing me as the president. I read the June memo that you got, Dr. Johnson. It did not say that. Gary is denying all allegations. I'm going to you, I'm going to him. I'm not going back and forth. I came to this board tonight because I want to be taken very serious. Okay? Don't look at me as candidate Pat Waiters. Yes, I'm running for election. And most of you have been electioneering, sending your little buddies and friends and politicians at me with dirty politics. I was impacted by it. My daughter was impacted by it. And that brings me to the agenda item I'll be speaking on. Before I leave here tonight, I want to see the process for the other parents, okay? Because it's a coincidence to happen to be my daughter, that had to reapply. I just went in the hall and got off the phone to somebody that was a parent. Left a year ago, but she's on the agenda tonight. Okay? So these are the retaliatory games y'all want to play with me. I think y'all got it twisted. I've came diligently with respect and nothing but respect for you, Dr. Johnson. Our school district's integrity is at stake here. I don't know how serious y'all taking this. This is ugly. This is ugly. And y'all all sitting there with community reports or whatever else. This agenda is important and this is ugly what's going on. I got 47 employees. Them teachers can't run them classrooms without the paras. Y'all know that. But most of the paras look like me. Y'all don't care that we going in the building without a contract? You don't care? And at your discretion, you didn't have to listen to that NJEA letter. Read the language in it. I'm upset. I'm hurt. I've been coming to these meetings for years. Miss Pick, you know I showed up today. If I showed you all the parents and the students running up to me, showing me love, and the fights I got on my hand in September didn't even get here yet. So I don't know why y'all keep ignoring me, neglecting that I'm pack waiters, and think I'm gonna disappear, but to put the topping on the cake, and get this, because I'm gonna slow down so you can record it on the record. I have been retaliated against. And I asked y'all before, don't come at me with revenge. It's illegal. It's illegal. And yes, I could prove it. I got 173 videos. It's horrible. And I did nothing but respect each and every one of you. And because I won't jump in your circle, you're going to try to silence me? What am I going to tell my union members? What am I going to tell them? Dr. Johnson said, Gary and them said that they take control. You think I'm going to really let them come in this district and bully me and take control of my union? And I did absolutely nothing but serve them. Did you ever ask for an investigation, Dr. Johnson? And what happened? At your discretion, I'm not going to go back and forth with you because this ain't the place. And Madam President, don't even start because you hold no integrity whatsoever. So you can get mad at me all you want, but I want y'all to be professional. Okay? It ain't about revenge.
You have 30 seconds.
Okay? It's not about revenge. And you will never silence me because it's going to come to light. Hold integrity. This agenda is serious. I have loved ones in this district just like all of y'all have kids, but you already got the privilege ticket, so you don't care about the other kids. I've seen you let people come up here more than 30 seconds. This is not going to disappear. I want to be taken very serious. And that goes for all of the board trustees. This is not going to disappear. And I'm not bringing a war in my city.
Time. Thank you, Ms. Waiters.
Do you understand me? I wrapped it up. I'm going to tell you again. I want to be taken serious. I'm speaking on every item on this agenda. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Johnson, let's
Yeah,
make it.
I'm going to make a statement for the board and for the members who were referenced. The Board of Education, including myself, has asked numerous times to start the negotiations process with the HSEA. Every single person on this stage, including myself and other administrators, wants to negotiate with the HSEA. But what keeps happening is it's getting turned into the administration and the board doesn't want to negotiate. That is completely false and inaccurate.
Put it in writing.
We,
Just give it to me in writing.
we will put it in writing. So I'm going to finish what I'm saying because I'm not going to be cut off.
All right, and
And as a result, Ms. Waiters, and as a result, I'm going to finish what I'm saying. We asked for a date for negotiations. In good faith, we got an email from the president of the HSEA. When we got the email from the president of the HSEA, we were advised by legal counsel and the NJEA that we are not permitted to negotiate through that vehicle, that we are required to negotiate through the HSEA's NJEA branch. The NJEA has appointed a gentleman that will oversee the HSEA. Legally, our attorney has told us we are not permitted to negotiate through any other means but through the NJEA. That is what we are told legally. No one is blocking it. Everybody on this stage wants to negotiate. And as a result of wanting to negotiate, it is completely unfair to the members of the HSEA that they are starting a school year without a contract. And because they're starting a school year without a contract, that is something that we are trying to work through our legal department as well as the NJEA to get that going. This has nothing to do with an individual or an individual stating. It has something to do with him, her, whomever. This is a situation legally that we were told we are not permitted. We were told we are not permitted. As soon as we're able to, we have then reached out to the NJEA. We have asked the NJEA for a date. We don't care if we're negotiating with our local unit or we're negotiating with the NJEA. Our goal is to have a contract for the employees that are part of the HSEA. Right now, the
games that are being played between the NJEA and the local HSEA has created a situation in this district that we cannot move forward. And quite frankly, the Board of Education and the administration should not be blamed for the games that are taking place between those two units. When those two units decide to get themselves together and solve their problems, a contract will be met and will be made. And when that happens, all of the staff members will benefit. We're ready to go. When everybody else from the NJEA and the HSEA is ready, we're here waiting. We will meet at 10 o'clock tonight. We'll meet at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll meet all weekend. We are ready. It is not the board and the administration that is stopping this.
And I have the NJEA denying everything you're saying. Here go the president of the NJEA. You're right, this is the games they play. Thank you, Gary Milton. All right, good. Thank you. I just wanted that on the record. Okay, thank you. That's what we got to do, because I'm ready to rock and roll.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Okay, next speaker, please.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Manuel Rivera Soler, Hoboken. I appreciate your attention this evening. I will be speaking on a few agenda items. Before I get into what just happened, I would like to ask these questions on the agenda first. I would like to know on 11.8, on category C, the amount seems excessive or not, I don't know, for the 3 months. How many students, or if this is a student participating program, I just would like to see if it could be placed in the site so that we could understand, members of the public can understand the high amount, because it seems pretty high, as well as A. And on 11.11, I continue to come before you, always asking you the question, I mean all of you, in regards to the Demorest School, the scaffolding. I would like to respectfully ask you, why are we continuing to have to move money from one section to pay, again, for scaffolding, $50,000, when will we see the repairs so we don't have to continue to pay the scaffolding? Secondly, rather on that same topic, the $62,000 for that measure there, also, is the elevator being replaced completely, or is it being fixed for that amount of money in Collateral School, which, by the way, is right in front of my house that I love and beloved, and I see most of you go in and out of it. I wait when you're busy going in. So I would like to also now also congratulate the people who volunteer. It is a long list, and thank you to them and to all of you for inspiring them to participate. Now, as you see, my voice gets a little squirrely, because I'd like to understand, if you can, I don't want to be back and forth, but if you could explain it to members of the public, whether it be in a public forum, in a statement, the negotiations between unions or not. I know that lots of times members of the public don't ask questions on this because this is internal workers, but it is, and it does affect the community at large, because whatever you decide, whether payments, whether not payments, it's important for the people to be, the workers that are in this union, to be respected, their leadership, and on both sides. I don't care if they're fighting amongst each other. Someone here be the peacemaker and let it come to fruition so that people could work with a contract. Again, not pointing fingers, but I would like to know if that information is public or stayed public Where can we find it? If in the Board of Ed site, or do we have to go to the other one, the NJEA site, or both? And this is important. If you can tell me today, I would appreciate it. If not, I would wait a few months.
Okay, so Mr. Solo, 11.11, the $50,000 for the staff at Lynette Denver School is an unbudgeted, unfunded project. So therefore, we have money in maintenance reserve, and this is how the district has to pay for the staff at the middle school. The second, the $62,000 is for the elevator at Collateral School. It's a repair. It's not a replacement. The elevator has been down, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks. And we need this approved tonight in order for the elevator to be addressed.
I hope it does, and I'm sure it will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just the question for everybody's knowledge. When you see things on the agenda that are RFPs for example, Passport Learning Program, the numbers do look a little high, right? You see one program is 21,000 versus another program that's 5,000. Like, why does it look like that? So what happens is we put out an RFP and different vendors will apply and send in a proposal. We select, and the number or the amount, the reason why it's so high or lower is on the basis of how many kids are participating. And in addition to that, students that participate in Passport, except for those that qualify for free or reduced lunch, they do not pay to participate in Passport Learning at all. Other children do pay. So while you see this number, it's not necessarily a cost that the board is assuming in total, because it's offset by tuition that's paid by families that are participating in the after-school program.
Thank you.
No, it's because I'm sorry.
All right, so we'll move on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Delatorre.
Yes.
Mr. Varner.
Yes.
Mr. Fluffo.
Yes.
Ms. LeBeurre.
Abstain on 10.21, yes.
Ms. Norwood.
Yes.
Mr. Carey.
Yes.
Ms. Amy.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, now we'll move on to public comments on agenda item.
Ms. Wader.
Tricia Williams. For clarification purposes for every member of the public, I'm going to say it again. I want to be taken very serious. Dr. Johnson, no disrespect to you. I never had nothing against you. But when I see my town, okay, getting ready to deteriorate and lack trust and integrity, I'm going to get a little upset. Okay? You tell me 1,000 times, we don't supposed to have nothing to do with the union. We don't supposed to have nothing to do with the union. With respect to that, I respect you. There's things you are obligated that you can do, and there are legislation on the books that you cannot do. I have your contract with me. I even went over the violations of the contract when you know how this first started. That's why people that's watching this and seeing what's going on, you keep saying, oh, it's a fight, and the union doing this and this doing that. You got to understand how we got here. We can go to court starting tomorrow and run a long, lengthy process of taxpayers' money, and the first thing they're going to say is, what got us here? Stop acting like y'all don't know what got us here. I was attacked and ambushed. I put that on the record, March 9th. The director of facilities, somebody allowed somebody to come in this building and attack me. So don't give the NJEA, you, me, none of us credit. It shouldn't have never happened. It happened, Dr. Johnson, okay? So listen, wait a minute, let me finish, because I don't want to lose my little 5 minutes, because other parents got me talking about some more serious issues. My thing is, we here, okay? I'm trying to educate them and the board members with respect to them, because they probably don't have a clue what's going on, besides me being hurt and coming up here angry and going crazy. It's not fair to them either. We both, me, you, and Tim Kelly, you know what got us here. And I'm going to tell you again, I could go on my phone and show you video after video and it'll make you throw up. I would not be standing here if I didn't have facts. What we got to worry about doing is rectifying it. That's why I'm here. What could we do moving forward to solve it? I don't care about nothing else. My energy is going solely on making sure my kids get in the district and have a wonderful school year, from the parents to the teachers to the cooks to the custodians. That's all I'm concerned about. I don't care about the other mumbo jumbo. I want to make sure everything be okay. Because people still gotta have courage. They scared. They come to me regardless with all issues, all educational issues. I got a huge thing coming up now trying to stop a march about Wallace. I got mothers calling me fear for the school. So I got a lot of other Board of Ed issues going on. And I don't need no members of the public thinking that you or anybody else is tough enough to silence me or scare me away from doing what I enjoy doing. I have a passion. I'm not a politician. I've been running 15 years for the board, and thank God I hope this is my year, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. So when I get a little emotional, and I'm going to apologize to you, Miss Angley, because I don't want nothing from you but respect. And I'm going to respect you too. And I need you to be professional. You the chair of this board, be professional. It don't have to be personal, and you don't have to jump sides or be biased either. I don't care if y'all don't like me. If you cut me off, then you turn right around and let Dr. Johnson cut me off. What's the difference? Be fair, okay? And I'm going to apologize again. But if any of your kids, mother, son, daughter was being attacked like me, y'all wouldn't sit there that easy and that calm. But see, the difference with me, I don't need nobody on my team. I'm an army within myself. And I will continue this battle. I'm trying to end the war. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to move forward, and we could do that. Don't place the blame. Hold a person accountable. Hold a person accountable that started all of this. And I will give you who started all of this and let it go. Come on now. We adults. We are adults. And please, I need another appointment, not just for me. I don't need a bunch of mothers running in your office. We need to talk to you about what's going on in the pre-K program. I promised those moms today, and they want to be comfortable. I got a few issues with some outsiders too that allege that you won't let them back in the district. So this is the public portion, and the public want me to discuss this. So can I make an appointment for that? Not union related, not nothing, just to speak, to help these people out that I've been advocating for years in Hoboken.
Every single time you ask for an appointment, I give you an appointment.
I gotta absolutely agree. You're right.
I will always give you an appointment.
I will appreciate that. I'm about business and I'm about defusing, okay? Because when you educate somebody, you learn better, you'll do better. Trust me. That's all I want to do is I want to make sure my union members get a contract and it's not fair and be respected like the teachers and everybody else.
30 seconds.
Okay? I want them to have the same respect and show gratitude that they appreciate it here, basically. But I'm not stopping there. I'm on it. I already reached out to your council, and I'm on it, okay? So you will be getting another letter from me because I want this to cease. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Silva.
Manuel Rivera Soler. Buenas serata, bonsoir, buenas noches, good evening everyone. I do this in homage to the school year, the new language courses that are going to start. I keep always bringing them up. They're very important, especially to have the faculty immersed in the languages, in the culture that they are going to teach, if that is not their native language, that is. But I would like to say, I hope that the start of the new year, the 187 freshmen and all the students in the school district have a good year, as well as the custodians and teachers and all faculty. But we have to continue and keep an eye on everything that happens. I always tell you, meeting after meeting, year after year. I'm taking the opportunity now in case I have very good opportunities in the future, or I am not seeing in future for whatever the reason may be. The bullying has to be watched continuously. It has to continue to be a space for the children who are being bullied to be helped with teachers and others and counselors. We cannot allow it. It should not be. It should be an integration of that community. As is mentioned, diversity is important, but let's get the children to understand each other and their differences, their languages, maybe their skin tone, maybe their height, maybe their weight. I do not know the babies, but whatever the baby is, we should have, and I know we will, have conditions in place so these children will have the opportunity to feel completely safe in their school district and be able to participate in all of the activities that we so generously are paying for. Again, as well as I continue to mention, I hope that the school district keeps an eye on anyone who will try or attempt to ban any books in the school district. That is important. Again, it's knowledge. Why would you ban a book? Even if it's something you don't like, you explain it to a person, to your children, to whomever. So that is very important. As well as, like I just mentioned, the infrastructure in our buildings. They have to be maintained and kept. They have to be preserved, those that are here for 100 years like me, because I feel that way. When I see those buildings and when I see all the buildings, and I fight all the time in the municipality for our historic sites. So I ask you all, those that are in administration, to please keep all those things in consideration. And once again, I thank you, and I hope all the differences between the district, the unions, the teachers, and everybody get settled in a fair and equitable way for everyone. So once again, I politely thank you. I hope that I am able to come back quicker than I expect, but if you don't see me, know that I will be watching. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Okay, that concludes our meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.